Greetings and salutations, Mega Wizard 79 here with another episode of Touhou Scarlet Curiosity. So in our last episode we went into the Fairies Forest and basically, once again, got duped. We ended up meeting the third fairy in the Three Fairies of Light, Sunny Milk, who posed the least amount of threat out of all of them. But, hey, what you gonna do, right? They're fairies. Oh, she's not gonna say anything? But yes, this is Hakuri Shrine, and there she is! Remu. Yeah, this chick. Well, let me just see if there's... Alright, yeah. Might as well just talk to her. Hello, Remu. Let me see. Alright. It's not every day you see a vampire coming here, and alone at that. What do you want from me? I've heard that there's a commotion sweeping through the human village because of all these rumors of a monster. It seems that way, yes. But the problem is, some of them are saying I'm the monster. So you want me to slay you and put their minds at ease? Very well. I'd be glad to fight when I have some downtime, but I'll pass for now. I have some business I need to take care of. What about you? What do you think about these incidents? Well, honestly, I don't feel any particular need to take care of it this time. What's that supposed to mean? Well, I'm not sure yet, but these incidences seem different from those in the past. I feel like I should simply watch for now. Is that your intuition as a Shrine Maiden? Yeah, let's call it that. So you're saying that in the grand scheme of things, this isn't a big deal for Gensokyo? Even if that's true, I can't just overlook the fact that my house got leveled. That's understandable. I'll leave this in your hands then. Fine with me. I actually came here to tell you not to do anything, so I guess it all worked out. By the way, is that a newspaper you have there? Oh, this? I was just planning on using it for kindling. Show it to me. But this is an old issue. There's nothing you can glean from it about recent events. Oh, ominous rumblings on Yokai Mountain. Phenomena totally different from the other red mist. This is it! If you want that, you can have it. The Tengu keeps sending her newspapers whether or not I want it. I have plenty more. Sure, I'll gladly take it. That was Remu! Yeah. You see, the thing about Remu is, well, for the most part, unless it basically affects Gensokyo as a whole, or it somehow implicates her, or in some way she can make a profit out of it, she really doesn't do jack shit. She is a lazy, lazy Shrine Maiden. That's for damn sure. I'm back. It doesn't look like you've found the monster. What are you doing? What are you doing to? What are you doing to do now? I think it's supposed to say, what are you going to do now? Don't worry, I think I've got this all figured out. Look at this newspaper. The one that human Moko was waving around as evidence I was the culprit. Now look at this old issue I got from Remu. Oh, they're both... That's right, both of these pictures show the same place, do they not? that would mean the mist everyone's been seeing is coming from the geyser, right? Precisely. I feel a bit sheepish that I was so fixated on the forests themselves and didn't think to check out the geyser next to the forest. Now that I recall that time, people thought we were the ones who created the mist back then too. Well, since we found what was causing it pretty quickly, it never blew up into a big problem. But if this is the same as the mist from back then I doubt I'm going to like what I find. Be extra careful this time, Remy. So, yeah, that was pretty short, so, yeah, let's head to the geyser. Finally, this is where the real fight begins. I can feel something deeper in. I wonder how big this zone is. Oh, what do you know? More fairies. I'm not sure I like that, skull there. If I can, I'll avoid it as best I can, I hope. Oh, crows. Haven't seen them in a while. I wonder if 24 hours went up yet, because that's how long this, well, no, that's how long the water repellent is supposed to last, right? I think. Woo! But yeah, pretty much Remiu, she's just so, basically, you know, if it really will not profit her, she really won't get involved. Like, for example, in this one game that I basically have every intention of playing for this, for my channel, basically it's called, Gensokyo Wanderer. Basically, it's a, run-of-the-mill dungeon crawler, more or less. It kind of looks like a roguelite, but I don't think it's a roguelite. But in any event, though, basically it's just your typical, like, you know, tile-based dungeon crawling game. It looks pretty fun. Has some interesting mechanics that I like to set my teeth into. Clearly not, it's clearly not on the same level as, like, any Disgaea game. Thank goodness. That, my god, those games, I swear, you have to have, like, a PhD in to, like, really master the combat level. But I also do have Disgaea 5, which I might play for this channel. I don't know, I would, what do you call it? It's just, that game has, like, a lot to really, work around with. Gives me way more health, that's for sure. But everything else just kind of drops. Not sure how I feel about that. I'll keep it, I'll keep my little queen cap on. But yeah, but basically, in that game, the Gensokyo Wanderer, basically, Remiu, she basically goes on a quest to try and stop the, shopkeeper, of all people, from essentially destroying Gensokyo. It's not a very complicated storyline, and technically it's kind of her fault, just because of the fact that she, you see, there was this, item that basically he had, and she what is it? It was like a type of spear or something. I don't know the what do you call it? Like again, I was only like I only got like maybe like an hour into the game before I just kind of stopped and started playing other games. But yeah, basically there was this she was like there trying to barter to, you know, she was trying to buy something, even though, for the most part, she doesn't really have lucrative income, because, well, people don't come to her shrine, and they don't pay alms, and, mostly because of the fact that, well, I mean, you know, her shrine is, like, miles and miles away from the human village, and you have to go through, like, the Forest of Magic, as well as, like, it's just a hassle to just basically get to a shrine to pray. it's like it's not really worth the effort, especially since there are other shrines within closer distance and are actually much safer. But yeah, essentially, basically Remyu ends up causing all this, basically by dropping the item, and then basically the evil spirit inside of it basically corrupts the shopkeeper, pretty much awakening his yokai self, I would assume, because he is half yokai and half human, so I assume basically his yokai powers are much more prevalent now. So yeah, he ended up, so, she ended up, he would have killed her right then and there if it weren't for the fact that she managed to teleport away. And then, basically, as she, basically, tries to basically get back to her shrine to basically get more, talismans and stuff to help fight, she ends up running across this, other character who ends up being your partner through the whole game. I forget her name, but she's a sage, and a pretty powerful one. Like, not super powerful, at least by Gensokyo standards. She's definitely not she's definitely not even close to this other type of hermit who's, oh boy, yeah, this other one, she's stupidly powerful, but yeah, she's still powerful enough. So yeah, so basically, basically the sage tells her life story, even though Remyu said, I didn't ask to basically hear this, but whatever. So yeah, so she tells her that basically she ended up essentially causing a tornado that basically blew the roof off the bathhouse at her school, and as a result, she ended up quote-unquote getting banished, even though she really didn't. Basically, she just left because she just left immediately because she was just so embarrassed of it all, and and Remyu's going like, well, why don't you just go back and apologize? I'm pretty sure they're not gonna have an issue about this, basically if you just repent. The thing is though, she's going like, no way, I can't do that. Like, basically I have to, I have to come back as like a really powerful sage now and basically prove my worth. And Remyu's just going like, whatever, she's, at this point, she's just like, fine, whatever, just go away already. So basically she says, the sage is going like, hey, why don't you introduce me to, you probably, you know this region and stuff, why don't you introduce me to, some sages so that they can help in my training? And she's going like, no. Like, no way, that's way too much work. And then basically just, so basically she's going like, she says that, I don't expect you to do this for free. She says, I have the, I'm a sage who basically has power over feng shui. She says, if you help me, I will basically, loan you my powers and stuff, basically, and as a, because you see, what's interesting about feng shui is that feng shui, for the most part, basically, it's kind of, I suppose you could kind of sort of see it like karma, where basically it just has rippling effects on everything, the way it works is that it's all about placement. If you place, if you place something a certain way, and, that sort of thing, so that everything's all nice and, balanced. Not so much symmetrically balanced, but just basically, balanced on a spiritual level, then, it will have, massive effects. For example, say you decided to... That looks like a boss arena, so let's just keep walking a little bit more. There was one more area that we didn't check. But, yeah, basically, there was, the way it essentially works is that there's, say you decided to, reorganize, redecorate your living room or what have you. Well, feng shui, basically, to maximize, your total luck or what have you, say you wanted to basically have more prosperous with money, well, then basically you would rearrange things in such a certain way so that basically on a spiritual level, basically, all that good vibe and energy and stuff will basically transfer over to you and basically give you better luck and basically money or what have you. So yeah, so basically that's what feng shui can do. It basically has like massive impacts on basically a ton, basically, what do you call it? On basically all kinds of things, from basically from basically your ability to like get a job, to just like your overall base luck, to your ability to, you know, get money. And basically, with Remyu, all she had to hear was that word, that magical 5-letter word. She's going like, money. She says like, okay, I'll help you. Because, what do you call it? I mean, because basically at the end of the day, you know, Remyu, she's just really, really greedy. She basically, what do you call it? She's the poster child for those people that basically try to do like get-rich-quick schemes and stuff. Because, for her, basically, you know, she wants to maximize her profits with the minimal amount of effort. You know, that kind of thing. You know, like, again, though, it's not to imply that she's lazy, because, you know, what do you call it? Because she necessarily isn't. It's just basically, you know, her coffers are not as nice as she would like them to be. So, you know, basically she does whatever she can to basically, increase them. What do you call it? Like, she actually does all kinds of things, actually. Like, for example, there was this one time where, like, she holds festivals at her Curry Shrine every so often, basically, to promote, basically, people coming over to basically, you know, visit the shrine, probably, and hopefully become patrons of the shrine, that kind of stuff. You know, all kinds of cool things. Like, what do you call it? She actually even, you know, she actually, basically, you know, like her most, prominent way of trying to get money is basically through yokai exterminations. You know, basically just going to the, basically just, going around and basically, you know, trying to get rid of, basically any hauntings or stuff with her divine spiritual powers and all that things. So yeah. So, but basically at the end of the day, basically, you know, like, while Remyu is a very, pious individual who basically venerates and worships the gods, she also does worship the almighty dollar. Well, finally! Now we have a challenge! All three of them at once! This should be fun. I've been waiting for you! Huh? You guys again? Not exactly who I was expecting to find. We know you're the villainous vampire who's enacting a diabolical plot to take over all of Gensokyo. Yeah, Sunny Milk, she's like... she always... Basically, she's very energetic and, like, really full of herself, too. Like, you know, that kind of thing. Like, you know, she is the de facto leader of these three. They essentially just do whatever she says. You know, and it kind of makes sense just because, well, she basically gets her power from the sun, so usually the sun is more powerful than these two, more or less. Again with that nonsense. Hey, can we stop doing this now? There's no reason to obey you. No, I mean, there's no reason to obey you-know-who any longer. There's no reason to obey you-know-who any longer. Man, I'm great at reading, aren't I? What are you talking about? If we defeat her, we'll be the glorious heroes who saved the land! Is that what we really wanted? Too late! I already made up my mind. Damn it! Too late! I've already made up my mind! Looks like my decision was already made for me. Oh well, I'll stick with you guys till the end. Individually, we may not have been much, but if we work together, our powers will be more than a match for that vile vampire. It's time for this trio to triumph! Yeah, triumph. I swear. Let's see how they like this. Oh wow, I took her out in one hit. Oh boy, man. I feel so sorry for these girls. They're just like... It's like... I mean, look at that. Like... And there goes Sunny Milk. Alright, Lunar Child. Show me the power of the moon. Oh my god. These poor things. They had no idea what they were tangling with. She's too strong. Even if we brought more fairies, I don't think we could. Even if we brought more fairies, I don't think we could beat her. Well, I hope you had your fun, because I'm going to take you out of commission. Though, come to think of it, who is this you-know-who you three were babbling on about before? I'm very curious who that could be. You'd better start talking. Grapes! What's going on? An earthquake? What? Where the heck am I now? And where did those fairies scurry off to? Looks like they flew the coop. Damn it. They hadn't even answered my question yet. Hello? Can you hear me? Where is that voice coming from? Who are you? Where did you bring me? Why did you bring me here without my permission? This whole situation is irksome. Now, if you'd be so kind as to show me the way out. I'm Satori, master of the Palace of Earth Spirits. Right now, you're a layer below that, the remains of blazing hell. One of my pets helps me take care of this place. Then tell your pet to get me out of here, would you? You can see a giant kettle from where you are, right? The lid's not usually closed, but that big impact rattled it shut. Meaning that some of the features of the hell that were in a dormant state are now active again. I told my pet to open the kettle, but it'll probably take some time. I don't care about your giant kettle or whatever. I'm telling you to take me back to the surface. And I'm telling you that as long as the kettle's lid remains closed, I can't take you there. Now, not to worry though, my pet is already on her way to fix the problem. So I'm just supposed to sit here and wait? Well, it'll take some time for her to get there. And it seems like there are a few others who fell down here just like you did. Why not find them and keep them company while you wait? Gah, I'll bet it's those fairies. Normally I'd be all too happy to abandon them without a second thought, but I still need them to answer my question. I guess I have no choice, do I? Alright, time to track down those troublemakers. Oh, and one more thing. The pet I sent to check on the kettle can be a bit forgetful sometimes, so I hope she remembers what I told her to do. If you want to open the lid, you have to climb all the way up to the top level. It's really tiring. Are you trying to get me to run some simpleton errand like one of your pets? My power can't reach all the way there, but I can see what you're thinking right now with perfect clarity. You're going to regret this. We'll see, won't we? Oh boy, Remu. Well, looks like, we're in hot water, as it is. We're in hell, huh? I wonder if we get to meet Enma. Oh, wait, Well, actually, if we're in hell, that means we'll probably meet Emma and Komachi. I like Komachi. She's a very interesting character. There we go. Let's see. So I think that's the way we came from. Oh boy. Yeah, vampire in hell. And more fairies. And dogs. Yep. I mean, I can understand how Remilia survives down here, but these guys should probably burst in flames, to be honest. Oh well, let's go find our little troublemaking friends. Oh boy, this is gonna probably be a very long level. Oh boy. Yeah, this place is big. Man, they're so weak. Just look at them all. They're just dropping like ooh, vampire claws. That sounds cool. Oh boy. Ooh, a new skill, huh? Okay, so, I have no idea how long this thing will be, so we're just gonna cut it off right here and then continue on in the next video. So, please rate, comment, subscribe if you so desire, and tune in next time while we explore the rest of hell and try to find those 3 annoying fairies. But until that time, this is Mega Wizard 79 bidding you all adieu.